Hello. I'm at the beach. This is Grand Haven, Michigan. Lake Michigan is a very large freshwater lake. You've probably heard me ramble about it before. One of the 5 Great Lakes. And yeah, kind of looks like a mini ocean. Probably wouldn't even know that it's not the ocean because it goes on for like 4 states. You can't ever see it cross, but maybe in Chicago a little bit to Indiana. Clouds are nice, but it's more still than an ocean, so you can tell. Feeling a lot. My throat feels a little bit weird, not sore, almost the opposite. Kind of like phlegmy. I don't know if that's a side effect of a COVID shot. My nose, like my nostrils feel kind of dry. It's kind of weird. Anyway, but glad I got it. Wish I had an instrument with me. I'd make up a song, but I feel like peaceful. But also I came out to get exercise. This is my second walk of the day, so I'm not really exercising right now. I'm just sitting on the beach, but I did walk here. Maybe I'll make up a song. Let's see. I can tap on my empty cup. All the lonely places in your heart and mind I find they learning to get away from that same old parade of self-pity you always know, and it's time to come home. And the birds, they fly, and they tell me things like, why'd you go and clip your wings? You shouldn't do that for anyone. You just make yourself feel small and strange and lost. And most of all, I've been choosing you, and I would have chosen you either way, 'cause you're a dream come true to me. And it's plain to see it will be okay in our way, either way. Not trying to complain, but hey, it's strange to give up a place for a name, especially when you don't know where you're going or where you've been. And all along the way is a journey like a friend. It's a travel through time. I'm just traveling through time, looking for a rhyme. And you can see the inside out if you want to. I know I want to, do you? You make me feel so afraid and happy at the same time. And I'm learning to say what's on my mind, even if it's hard or feels like I'm judging you. 'Cause it's a fine, fine line to learn to speak your truth. If your truth says that you're uncomfortable with someone else's truth, there needs a way of being. It's a fine, fine line, a fine line to learn to speak your mind, not change your mind, to make things easier for others, but so hard for yourself. It's not good for your health to hide away your little truths, or your great big truths. Put them on parade. Let them show, let them flow. Be yourself, even if it's hard for another's health and mind. They will find some kind of middle ground if they love you enough. And I know you love me enough, and it's okay to learn to be what I needed all this time. Ha, 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 ha. I feel like I'm fine and finally fine. Kind of hit the ing a little harder than I meant to. Fly, fly. That's better. Well, just found my little cross with my little yellow stone in the middle. I forgot about that. Started suspecting I had some sort of metal allergy. Had to swap out the chain. This is just a random piece of rainbow string from my Catalyst booklets. My dad was listening to Catalyst, the first Jessica and the Rainbow album, today. I had 2 albums under my name from when I lived in Chicago, Melancholy Frog and Du Beestein and Fogel. I only share that my dad was listening to it today because I have so few moments of feeling like I have fans. I know I have fans and they tell me things at different moments, but usually seems like when I'm feeling needy about fans or people listening to me, it's usually times when there's something like a hole in me that I need to do something about by me listening to me, by me caring about my own music, by me caring about this sacred reason for living and being on the planet, this feeling of being an artist. It's a great feeling, and you can do it too. Anyone can do it. It's come very naturally to me much of my life, but tons of other things don't come naturally to me, and so I try to pass on what it feels like to just, you could sit at a beach and sing a song you already know. You don't have to make them up. If you sang one you already know, it'd probably be better because it would already be written and scripted, and I just make them up because I find it interesting, kind of like a rapper. Not at all like a rapper, but kind of feels like, I imagine what a rapper gets to feel like when you just start flowing and you kind of surprise yourself at what's on your mind, like at how you feel. I mean, it's so cathartic, it's ridiculous. When I was younger, I had a publishing company called Cathartic Frog Records, and that was a really good name for me because I used to block everything about myself. The first frog-related album was a... Do I want to tell this? Well, whatever. It's the cover of the Melancholy Frog album, but it's a frog that looks really cute, but it has boards nailed across its mouth. And I think people thought it was a cute cover when they thought it was tape, but it's not. It's like boards nailed to its mouth. to not speak. And, you know, I have a very difficult, sad past, and that's how it felt when I first started letting it out and feeling like it wasn't my burden anymore. I'm not, if anything's happened to you that's really sad and you're the victim of something, especially if it's people that you know and you feel a sense of like wanting to protect them on any topic, it can feel like that. It can feel like the burden is yours. Like you're not allowed, like it's like someone shared a secret with you. This is a different topic, different point, but it'd be like if someone shares a secret with you and then says, no, don't tell anybody, but you never asked them to share it with you. And now you're burdened with that terrible information. It's like it wasn't your problem. You're not the one who did it, but now you're holding the secret. That makes you I don't know. It kind of, for me, there's like a metaphor for that in like weight gain. Like if you're protecting other people's secrets or other people's shitty ways of being, if you're protecting it, then you're putting on weight. You're putting on layers of protection to keep out the world from noticing how you actually feel holding that information in you. And so the more, I haven't lost any weight really, but the more I let things out, the more I just feel like, well, and YouTube doesn't totally work because not that many people watch this that know me, but I'm trying to like learn how to, in relationships, friendships, family, to learn how to speak my truth in those places because, partly I just like to eat a lot because it's fun, but also I do sort of sometimes eat almost like as a way of self-soothing, when an alternative would be just learning to show up for myself and stick up for myself and speak up for my needs and be more and more honest with the people around me about what I need and who I am. So, and you can do it too. If you're someone who's not used to doing it, you can do it. Now, some people need the exact opposite message. I've been told that some people go to therapy and their therapist essentially tells them like, hey, learn to bite your tongue. Because there are people in this world who just speak up like all the time, and they always say their opinions and speak their mind, and so those people do not need this message. Okay, there's a sunset view. All right, well, there's Grand Haven, Michigan, West Michigan. This place is like kind of like living inside of a cloud, inside of a dream, inside of a dress rehearsal. And I tend to feel like a weird little overgrown forest here. And I don't tend to feel like a real person here. I tend to feel like not even as clear or as good as a cartoon character. I just tend to feel like a literal actual cloud here. And I never felt like that when I lived in Chicago. Not at all. So, for a while I had some strong opinions of what that means Grand Haven is, but maybe it's just what it is for me. It's almost like the energy field here is too soft for what I am or what I need, long term anyway. I mean, I'll stay here as long as I have to, but I've been feeling called to leave here for like 5 years, and, staying for somebody sometimes is fairly unnecessary. It's one thing to build a resume, but it's another thing to I don't know, to just be a little slower moving. And you can accidentally miss some pretty big moments and opportunities if you move too slow. I love moving slow, but I like moving fast too. I don't know. It probably just comes down to resonance. Like, if you can sit in literal paradise and know that it's not where you're supposed to be, then that's a pretty clear sign, because it's obviously paradise. And what is that knowing? I don't know, but I know that this is not where I'm supposed to be. This is a weird pause button for me, and where I'm supposed to be for sure includes Brian, and I think I know where we're going, but feeling a little nervous because of paperwork and underwriting and loan applications. And wow, I just devolved back into my own personal story. My YouTube's gotten a little bit bleh lately because I'm just telling my own personal details of what it's like to try to move and buy a house and go through stuff. But I know that like 4 or 5 months ago I was talking so much about not knowing where I was going, and so I feel like I kind of have to do it justice by admitting, well, I know where I'm trying to go right now, I just don't know if it's going to work out. So, well, I don't know if that's interesting to anyone but me, or if it's even interesting to me, but there's a sunset and a song, and